slowest song on the CD so far. Almost like a ballad. I'm glad she changed it up at the end there. She didn't go sugar hiccup, because I was listening to the line. I was thinking, okay, I don't want to hear that anymore. It's too repetitive. It's the first time it's happened on this album, but something I didn't like. But I just thought, too repetitive. Sugar hiccup. And amazingly, she did it once, and then she started changing it near the end of the song. So changed it up. So I know as a songwriter, I remember I had one song at the time I thought it was, oh, what a great hook, and I'd sing it over and over, and then later on with the wisdom that comes with time and separation and objectivity, I realized, oh, that was just way too repetitive. So, too much of a good thing, right? Can't get enough of them sugar crisps. Anyone remember that? Garbage cereal, man. Oh my god, you might as well just fill a box with sugar and sell it. Sugar. Hey, just bypass all the marketing and say, here, kids, sugar, just pour it in a bowl and put some milk in there. That's your breakfast. So next is number 8, Glass Candle Grenades. Chaotic feel here. A mash. I got my headphones way too loud. I gotta turn it down here. I I like the dissonance of it. I love any song that will experiment and do something just wild. Ooh, I would have just cleaned up that reverb a little. That was almost too much. Maybe it's because I've been blasting my earphones all this time. I just finally turned it down. I had it on almost to maximum. But that song, the reverb is a little too much for me. It just, yeah, if they could have cut the amount of reverb in half, that would have been perfect. Because it's an interesting chord progression and an interesting feel. I liked that song. So now we're on to track number 9, Multifoiled. Keyboards, that's unique to this song. Haven't heard any on the album so far, I don't think. Bit of a bluesy feel. They're going for a jazzy feel on the drums. It's hard to do in a drum machine though. That was a short tune. How long was that? 2.5 minutes. That's probably the shortest song on the album. I liked it actually. It's kind of, it was a funky feel to it, a little funky, jazzy, bluesy feel. I think when you're looking at a whole album as a whole, you kind of need some eclecticism to break an album up. You know, you need a little slow song here, something kind of off wacky, you know. It's just sort of, that's why I like listening to albums, because with an album, you have a broad statement, you have a big statement you can make, whereas a song is just one little short statement, right? And albums can cover a lot of territories, and it should cover a lot of territories. It should be, it's just stretching out, it's showing what you can do, you know. And that was a fun song. I would say it's probably the funnest. If you're going to call any of the songs on this album fun, that was definitely it. Now we're going to go to the last song. The album's over. And it's called The Tinderbox of a Heart. And yeah, before I just play that, let me just round up and say thanks again for supporting the channel, everybody who's watching this. And if you want to become a Patreon for $3 a month, it starts at, you know, go for it. A whole bunch of you did that. That would really push this channel, push me more toward like doing it as a almost full-time kind of thing, but it's not going to happen right now. But anyways, thanks again, Simon, for that book, and I hope you enjoyed this reaction. Here we go, the final song. This is pretty cool. Cinematic to me. Kind of a haunting approach to what she's singing. It's haunting. The percussion, you know, the tom. Yeah, it's a very haunting song. It sounds like there's cellos, but I don't think there is. The guitar, I think. Okay, just gonna reboot my camera. Hold on. Okay, that's done. So what a fascinating song that last track was. That's actually my favorite track on the whole album. And I wasn't keeping track. I just realized that sometimes I listen to an album and I'll say, oh yeah, this is one of my favorites in the album so far. Nothing really jumped out at me like that very last track, actually. That was the one that really did it for me. And yes, I do play cello. So I guess I have a soft spot for cello. That last track was so cool. The tom, and then the chords, and then she was sort of almost like a kind of like sort of like a scary kind of thing, like those horror movies when you hear little children singing. You know, it's always creepy, but it was not creepy. It was just kind of what's the word? So that last track was haunting. It was cinematic. It was cool. It was inspiring. It was fresh, and that was a standout track for me. Now, I did react to Heaven or Las Vegas not too long ago, but I do remember comparing that reaction to this one. I think I was a lot more impressed with Heaven or Las Vegas than this album. This album, Simon, I know you say it's your favorite, but for me, this album was definitely more in their catalog more. Like, I'm glad I reacted to the Heaven or Las Vegas first, because it just seemed like a really finely done album. Like, just top of the head to the bottom of your tip of your toes or whatever. It just had that feel from song 1 to the very last track. Everything just had a real good flow. It had a good, well done production. This album was a little more, I don't know, I guess kind of experimental. It had that feel of experimenting. Like, they hadn't quite, hit the target, but they were striving for a target, which is great. That's fine. There's the album. It spoke to me in that sense of and I love that. I love to hear a band grow. It's almost like you're in a zoo. You get to watch the animals live in their lives, and you're just an observer. And it's kind of like that with music, following the career of these musicians who are at the same time, like all of us, going through struggles. I mean, everyone has life struggles. Like, I know she was pregnant or something. I know there was issues about her. I think Robin Guthrie at some point, Elizabeth and him were boyfriend girlfriend, and then broke up or something. I don't know. I don't know all the backstories so much, but I do know that there were some struggles, and I think Robin had some addictions as well. He had some serious issues, addiction issues, it sounded like. So, I mean, there's lots of stress going on when bands are making these albums, personal relationships between the band and then in their own lives with their own families and their own, whatever's going on. So to me, this album felt much more like you're in progress. They sound like a band in progress. Very cool. Very cool. Once again, thank you for joining me for this journey, and I'll put a link there to some more shoegaze related stuff, videos that I've done as I've gone down that rabbit hole. Spiraling out, it's Dean. Talk to you later. Bye.